You're Near the Wild with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska.
So much better.
That's weird, yeah. How were you going to do it?
He was trying to talk to the back of it.
Oh, we had that happen.
Just like he talks to women, just talks to the back of their head.
I can never.
It works.
I can never remember the guest we had that did that. We had the mic backwards for them. It wasn't their fault.
Well, it's not
because there's a foam cover.
There's a foam cover, and it's a microphone,
like
so you would think you have to speak into the end of it.
We tape $50 on your eyes, and then you have you guess if the mic's right.
Yeah, who was it? Was it Tony Kameen or somebody?
I don't know, but yeah, it was like Greg's like, it doesn't. Why isn't he not on mic? And we're like, he was right next to us.
It just sounds like he's in like a back room yelling at us.
Anyway, so what do you think? And we're like, oh, that's great, Tony.
So
thanks.
great to be in Alaska.
I love Wayne.
Okay, cool. Well, I think everything sounds good. My mic sounds super loud.
Oh, yeah?
It's perfect.
Maybe you're talking too much into the front. Maybe
I know.
you should go a little backwards.
Get into the side.
It's got a swivel chair.
All right, I think as far as I know, we're pretty good. I think we're good. I don't think we're peaking.
All right. Is this good?
Chaille's gonna be happy. We've already killed a minute. This is how easy podcasting is.
This is amazing.
It makes me miss my podcast. I just ended mine recently, and yeah, this is great. We're outside. This is an amazing setup. So much better than what I had.
What was yours? Was
The questions with Quentin.
Quentin, that is correct.
Big
What
fan, I
happened?
know.
What happened to the...
Quentin moved.
Yeah, but I said I didn't want to tell you guys, but you know about Skype?
Yeah, but he doesn't have a computer. You know, he
could
just
give
left.
him one.
What do you mean, give him one?
The kid is down on his luck.
Yeah,
give
luck.
him something he can pawn immediately.
Yeah.
He's hanging out at a goddamn truck stop doing BJ's for lunch money.
In Arizona, the worst BJ market in the continental
it is.
United States.
I mean, English only.
Didn't he move to Tahoe recently?
He did. He's in Lake Tahoe. Everyone has a boyfriend there, as he says, and so he's
Even him?
No,
Not yet.
I mean, I'm sure he's hanging off some sort of belt loop at this point. Hey, he's got to get by. He's couch surfing. So he's homeless. So I think we taught him really well. So go to Questions with Quentin, where we teach a 20-year-old how to live his life.
So you told him the vagabond thing. That could work.
I had never approved of that. I wish he would have stayed here and we could continue on the podcast, but he just had to get out and
Well, it's
explore.
awesome because like a lot of times I won't watch a TV show until it's like done making new ones, so I can just watch the whole thing. So now people can go and listen to Questions with Quentin and just like get the whole story, and it's done.
It's like
over.
Click and Clack, the Tappet brothers. You know, when they died,
No,
when one
I
of them
don't know.
died.
You don't know about Car Talk?
You don't know about Car Talk?
Oh, clicking. Okay, I guess that.
You didn't know their gang names?
No, I didn't.
Anyway, the point is that show, they do reruns of it now. And at first I went, how is that going to work? Because they're not doing it live. I remember one guy died. So
Yeah.
I love the show, but I go, how's this work? I go, because people still own old cars. In other words, the 64 Dart problem is still the 64 Dart problem today, just as if he hadn't died.
Yeah, people's water pumps are still going out on those Aerostars, and they will for a long time.
No, and that's the point. But that's Questions with Quentin. There's going to be 20-year-olds who need to have advice for ever.
And this is a much more popular podcast than that ever was, so please go listen to Questions with Quentin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just download it from a lot of computers. That's how I bump our numbers up.
All
on
my
iTunes.
devices, you know, my iPad, my Nook, everything.
I go to the Apple Store and just download it on every single computer at the Apple Store.
Oh, at the Apple Store.
Works pretty well.
Weekly updates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Please like, subscribe, share, rate us, leave us a comment. It helps with everything on iTunes.
All right, let's start this show. Hey everybody, this is Near the Wild. We are in beautiful Anchorage, Alaska. I'm John Norris.
I'm Matt Becker.
And we're here with a super special guest.
Hey, Matt Collins.
That's him.
Did I do it right?
You nailed it.
You are good on a mic.
Yeah, I didn't jump into it too much. Well, but I could figure out which direction to talk into it.
Which Direction? Great name for a band.
Which
Which
direction?
direction?
It's my One Direction tribute band.
Just five schlubby dudes. Just heavy breathing on stage. A little bit of choreography, but it's mostly just jazz hands.
We're not very good dancers, but you could tell we're passionate about it.
That's it. You know what? You show me heart, and I'll show you the front of the mic.
Full eyes.
Whoa. It's
What
singles.
is it? Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose?
Can't lose.
That's it.
You nailed it.
We are without Ggreg Chaille today.
Ggreg is on assignment with Tracy on her birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Tracy.
We are
It's raining in a direction over there.
we are totally risking the future of this podcast because we were just unsheltered.
Do you guys, do you guys often just podcast outdoors?
We did last time.
We do the bus, but actually, the last one we just did, it was so hot outside that the bus would have been miserable. So what we did instead was we just did it from in front of the bus. So we're kind of doing that again this time.
They feel like as long as we're within, eye line of the bus
adjacent,
we're keeping the spirit alive.
Today has been one of those unique days too, where we went from that beautiful warm day to now we have this. It feels like fall. So it went from summer to fall all of a sudden, and leaves are actually dropping today. So there's no, I don't know. It's like a snow globe with not a lot of snow. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's like patches of blue sky above us, but if it I feel like the chance of a downpour is still pretty real.
Eminent.
Yeah.
Well, we better podcast the hell out of this.
This is exciting. We're creating tension in the podcast. This is what every movie needs, a ticking time bomb.
This is like Serial.
This is perfect. What's going to happen? Are we going to be able to get through everything before all the microphones get fried?
Find out after this. Do you have an Audible commercial?
We should have an Audible commercial. You guys love audiobooks? I love audiobooks. Never heard one, but I think I like them.
Yeah. Do you still do Adam and Eve spots?
We do Adam and Steve spots.
They're
new. They're a new company.
Birchbox? Do you even listen to podcasts anymore, John?
I listen to all sorts of podcasts.
Good. Matt Becker's bringing out a tent. Nope, that's not a tent. That's an umbrella. What would you call that?
It's definitely an umbrella, but it's like one that you would see on a patio of a restaurant.
Okay. So much tension.
It's got a giant crank.
This really is theater of the mind. Really bringing this scene to life. We're just going to stare and laugh at you. It'll be great for the listener.
You're not going to share my umbrella.
Yeah. This is almost a Buster Keaton sketch. If that umbrella would just fold up.
He looks like they just folded up on him like a banana. This
Matt
is great.
Becker is now trapped inside of the umbrella. He's struggling.
He's trying
so
to
hard
punch
to get
his way out of it.
He punched through, but now his hand is stuck. A plane's coming to save him.
He's gonna bounce. He's gonna bounce it on his chin.
Now he's doing a little sketch. He's doing a little song, I love my daddy.
There. See, now if it rains, we simply put the umbrella up.
Oh, podcasting at its finest.
Okay.
Podcasting excellence.
Oh, man.
Take that, Gimlet.
Good luck, God.
So
Double or nothing.
Matt Collins is here to talk about his recent adventures in the comedy world.
In Chicago.
He traveled.
I came, I saw.
And that's it.
I slept on a couch. I'm too old for that shit.
Amazing city for comedy.
Yeah, it is, surprisingly. Because I had always heard it was a real improv kind of town. That's what you always hear. It's Second City, your John Belushi's, your John Candy's, all the great Johns of improv.
You heard they had great pizza, too.
You know what? I didn't get any.
It's not that great.
Who the fuck goes to Chicago?
And doesn't get the pizza. I was too busy.
Do you have a Nathan's dog?
No.
What did you even eat?
I didn't. I ate
Nachos.
hardly anything. I had a bagel with lox. I felt like a big city boy.
Were you in the banking district? What the fuck?
I was in Logan Square, which is the Brooklyn of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it was
They don't have food there?
They do. They had Indian food. No, wait.
Oh.
What's pad thai?
That's
Thai
Thai.
food.
That's Thai food.
Yeah, it's in the
It's in the name. Pad Thai.
Just
Fair enough.
tie one on.
Guys just make me nervous,
My Thai.
They call it Asian spaghetti. It's delicious.
It was.
Pad Thai, my Thai.
Yeah, it had a good review on Yelp. I think it was also an ad, but I don't know.
So tell us why you went to Chicago.
I got into a comedy festival. I feel like I am the first AK comic to be accepted into a comedy festival, and that was for the Chicago Exposition, which is in its second year. It's a small local comic-run comedy festival, and so what the idea of it is, it was 3 nights of shows, and in different neighborhoods each night. So there was Logan Square, there was Old Town, and there was Wicker Park. And so they had showcases, which I was a part of, and headliners. And headliners included Baron Vaughn, Todd Glass, Sarah Schaefer, one of the Growlix guys, Clayton something or other.
Name dropper.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Clayton something or other. I'm good. He's really good. Growlix, huh? What are we doing there?
So,
James Adomian.
so you think you're better than me?
I know that I'm better than you. I mean,
Son of a
well, I
bitch.
don't know that I'm better than you because you didn't submit. And I imagine that you would have gotten in. I know
Of course
for a
I would have
fact
gotten in.
I'm better than Matt Burgoon because he also submitted to the festival and he didn't get in.
Oh,
So that's,
I know how the pecking order works in town here. That's
Yeah.
got to really hurt.
No, he was pretty upset
Was
about
it the format in which Burgoon sent, or was he late?
Was it the way he looks?
I bet it was the Alaska jokes. I am
He
okay.
seemed regional.
I'm regional. I have like a little chunk of Alaskan material.
He didn't do any.
He didn't do it.
He wanted to be a comedian from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ah, see?
Yeah, see,
I
you got
tell
it.
people, I play poker. That's how you win right there. Look weak when you're strong and look strong when you're weak. No, if I'm going to say, who do we need from Alaska? I've gone round and round with some of the local guys. I go, I'm telling you what, tourists are here because they chose to come to Alaska. You can tell them anything you want because they're not from here.
Mm-hmm.
I sit in the birdhouse all night long and make up any joke I want about Alaska. And they go, you do a lot of local stuff. I go, cause I'm local. Cause I live here. And the other thing is people don't, even with all the reality shows, they don't understand it. They don't understand Alaska at all. When I go down to Bisbee, people ask me more questions about Alaska than most people would think you'd want to answer.
I think it's hard because we're just like, we're all here. So we just take it for granted and like, it's just our life. But I think people still like to joke about it. Even people that live here, like, if you can write a funny joke about something people see every day.
White Keys makes a living for 20 plus years making fun of Alaska.
Somehow, right?
And it's
even to
sold out.
Alaskan audiences.
And it's sold out every time.
Uh-huh.
And so when I hear people say, well, I go, well, good, go do Chicago jokes. Because I'll tell you what, they already do them in Chicago.
So how did your Alaska jokes go over in Chicago?
Really well. I had a really weak Sarah Palin bit that I dropped immediately, but, the good Alaskan jokes that I had.
So you're saying her bit quit in the middle?
Nailed it. Damn it. I should
Chicago, let me back in. I have new jokes.
I finished that Sarah Palin joke. I was mostly just riffing on stage because I thought that's what you wanted to hear.
See, now
I was pandering. I'm sorry. I don't care.
It was hot up there with the fur hat on, but it was still a good show. No pandering. He's in muck ducks. Hey.
I got some salmon, Check this out. It's smoked. It smells.
Get a picture with the Alaskan.
Okay, it wasn't that hacky, but...
and then luggage lost my harpoon.
Can you believe it?
How am I supposed to go on?
The odds are good, but the goods are odd.
What's up with their pedestrians around here? Doesn't anybody know how to cross the street? Works in every town.
But it was, it was a really good experience. And yes, I feel like I got in due to a great quality of jokes. I don't mean to brag, but I was called the sleeper hit of the festival.
Oh,
really?
Is that because you were sleeping all the time?
Mm-hmm. And the audience.
The guy who's just sleeping in the
Probably
corner. of
low
all the
blood
shows?
sugar because you didn't have pizza or hot dogs.
No, I didn't. I was eating so healthy. I never ate so little in my entire
That's
life.
cool though that you.
I dropped like 10 pounds just in Chicago for the weekend.
Because was it hot?
It was hot.
And you were
I was
walking?
busy. I was walking. I was
What were you
taking
busy
the bus.
doing?
Getting to like the venue 3 hours earlier because I was like super lucky to get a place with local comics, but they just kind of left me to my own devices, which is fine. They're just 20-year-olds and they're like, hey, welcome, sleep on that couch and then leave us alone. You're just now a roommate.
Don't touch our stuff.
Don't touch our stuff. There's every Simpsons ever. Enjoy.
Cool.
Yeah, it was great.
No, I mean, talk about being taken right in and going, you're in.
You're in. Absolutely. They gave me a key to the apartment, and they were like, goodbye. And so I just had to go, spend time. I'd go get a cup of coffee, and then sit and stare for a little bit. The full comedic, experience.
Did you do any selfies?
No.
I didn't see
that's
I didn't
amazing
see a lot of
restraint.
pictures.
I mean, I think if I was in a town, like if I was in San Francisco or something, I'd just be doing selfies everywhere, like bad one. Like, look, like with the men's room. I'm in San Francisco. Like, it could be anywhere. Why are you taking a picture of the men's room?
So you had plenty of time to get a Chicago deep dish pizza.
I had all the time in the world. Yeah.
I like the fact he didn't. I like the fact he went. I
because-
didn't come here. No, but the point is, I came here to do comedy. I didn't come here to eat it.
Yeah.
I think the first time I went to Chicago, I immediately got a deep dish pizza, like immediately.
My problem was I kept on asking people where I should get a deep dish pizza, and everyone has a different answer. And so I wound up getting nothing because I had all of the options in the world. Like, well, where are these places? Oh, it's an old town.
Here's a secret.
45-minute bus ride.
And I'm going to let you know a secret. Any big city like that, especially like, even though it's like by Wrigley Field, don't ask. Walk around and just smell. And if it smells amazing and it's packed, eat there. If it smells amazing and no one's there, don't eat there.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah.
But it is true. The places that in neighborhood bars like that, if they're busy, it's because they survived.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to survive in restaurants.
Deep dish pizza's not very good, though.
Yeah. I didn't want to get any heartburn while
it's basically, it's just like a pie, like an actual pie, like big pie pan filled with like sauce and cheese.
Yeah, like shepherd's pie.
It's a poorly wrapped calzone is all it is.
Okay.
It takes I guess it takes them like an hour and 45 minutes even to bake it.
Yeah.
So it's a really like a whole day project. You're probably better off.
They have to stir it.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, they get that, like, deep dish pizza skin on top.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, keep stirring. I did have some pizza. Demos. It was burnt on the bottom. It was nice.
Is that a Chicago thing? Or is that just like a
It's a
shitty
Demos
It seems
thing.
like a chain.
It's a Demos thing.
Yeah, it's a Demos.
Ever since they legalized
crust.
recreational weed. Oh, dude, the pizza's burned again.
I just like the idea of you going to complain and being like, where are you from? Alaska. No, that's the way we do it in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's
That's a Chicago thing, man.
I like their pot smoking habits there. They're like, we got some really good weed. Oh, okay. And then there's just like some dust at the bottom of a jar. Let's get fucking high. They take a little hit.
Is it?
I'm just so used to like gravity bongs and, like just yards of weed smoke going into your mouth. And then they're like, we got some killer weed here in Chicago.
That's it. You just smoked all of it.
Oh, wow.
There it goes.
Well, I guess Alaska is kind of, on the forefront of having a lot of weed.
Yeah. And a
Maybe.
real all or nothing state too. I don't think we do. Like they drink a lot of beer everywhere, but they also walk and no one's drunk.
Right, and they don't do like heavy alcohol. I mean, they do, but that's usually the guy that makes the paper.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're heavy beer drinkers, like Wisconsin too. They drink beer all day and night, and then they do a couple shots, and they're like, I go, oh, get it. Then they come to Alaska, and they're like, we're big drinkers where we're from. I go, I know, you make the papers, and then all of a sudden, they're gone in an hour in the bar. I mean, they can't.
No, they can't hang.
They're like, really?
They can't hang the way we can hang.
It's just different. I mean,
it is.
I
was there for St. Patrick's Day once, and everybody was drunk.
Okay, I mean, I know that I was painted
I was
with
there
a
for
broad
Christmas,
brush.
and everybody was happy.
I get it. I was talking into the wrong area of the microphone.
You're wrong. Were you even in Chicago?
I wasn't. You're right. I didn't
Guys
get
need to
in.
work this out, 'cause, yeah.
Dragoon did.
They constantly are trying to prove each other wrong.
So I got on stage 5 times over the weekend. Even did an open mic at a comic book store, which made me feel all fancy.
Cool. Was
and
that
it
fun?
was right down the hall from a place where I had just done a show with a very talented guy named Sam Talent from Denver.
Okay.
He's really good. Just this monster of a guy with like a really dirty shirt and some really witty crowd work.
Sam Talent.
Sam Talent. Keep an eye out on that guy.
Up and coming.
Yeah.
I like that you become the comedy scout. Like, Sam Talent, I'm telling you.
I'm just trying to,
No,
just
it's
trying
cool.
to make it. Yeah.
So what time was the show at the Comedy Store? Or comic book shop?
Let's see here. What you mean, like the headlining shows?
No, I mean, what time did the one at the open mic start?
Oh, that
after
started
your
at like
show?
8. And so, yeah, so my show was done, and then they were in the middle of their open mic, and they were able to squeeze me in.
Did Sam Talent get in?
Yeah, I think he got in later, though.
Or did you burgoon him?
I burgooned him so hard. I was like, I'm from Alaska. Get me in before the Sam Talent guy.
Sorry, dirty shirt. You're up.
You're up, fat guy with a backpack. Deal. Thanks, mister.
I got all my stuff here. Could you watch this?
Yeah.
I'm new to your city.
I don't have $400 in my sock. Go Chicago.
Anybody going to a Cubs game?
Went to the 3rd tallest building in Chicago.
Oh, the 3rd.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it to the other 2?
No, couldn't do it.
You could
Couldn't
see
do
Dubai from the top.
it. The little peek of it. Yeah. We got to see like the parking garages from that Wilco album. Yankee Foxtrot Hotel thing.
Wow.
Yeah, there's parking garages from Chicago on the cover of that. So, name
you-
dropping.
Yeah.
Did you see the apartment buildings from the Bob Newhart show?
I did not. That's a shame. Maybe I did.
You probably did and don't know.
I just didn't know. But, Alaskan friends Tucker and Kate came and surprised me there in Chicago.
How cool is that?
That was the coolest. They live in Colorado now.
They live anywhere, I heard.
Oh, yeah. They're real.
They're basically gypsies, just traveling around.
Get a job, you two. Don't do it. Thank you for coming. And they drove 16 hours to come surprise me. And so I got to hang out with them. And that was really nice. Yeah.
Sometimes Tucker and Kate will do things, and I'm just like, oh, I guess that's what friends do. That's weird.
That is weird, right?
That's the thing that would never occur to me.
I mean,
to
if
do.
I was already, I'd be like, oh, that's right. You're doing comedy this weekend here, too. Be like, so you didn't come to see me?
No, I came here to do my own thing.
Yeah, we're getting shoulder work done, but yeah, that's cool.
You would tell me like weeks in advance, I'd be like, oh, I think I'll make it. I'll see you there. And then I just wouldn't show up. And I feel bad about that.
And you feel bad, but they just, come and surprise me, Like, at my most isolated, I was just standing in a corner with this fucking backpack that I have to have.
Oh, there's a great video of them surprising you.
There is a great video.
Oh, that's
And my
great.
reaction is anger, as it turns out. When I'm surprised, I just go, what the shit is this?
We're gonna have to post the video with this podcast, because the video is great because, like, it's just them filming you, and you're just standing there looking into the distance, and then you notice somebody's filming you, and so you just kind of like smile and just like
shrug my shoulders. I turtle a little.
You have this really weird reaction to somebody, like a stranger filming you, and then you realize it's somebody you know, and you get really mad. It's probably the strangest reaction I've ever seen.
I'm a strange guy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's where his comedy comes from.
Yeah.
When they laugh, I get mad.
I guess
When they're quiet, I know what I'm doing.
I'll give you something to laugh about.
This is just life in the city. People just start filming you when you look different.
This is just what happens. I get it. So I'll just talk, and I won't give them anything. You won't get me on E-Bomb's World, you asshole. I'm not gonna fall down for your YouTube amusement.
That's how every bum fight video started, though. They just started filming a guy, and then he got in a fight. So you gotta be ready to film everybody.
I gotta be ready.
That is crazy, though. That, like, when, like, you're somewhere like that, you don't know anybody. Because I've been at airports already where I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden this guy walked up. He was from Minnesota. He was a guy who worked at Acme at the time. And Doug and I were in the airport, and Doug had just left, and I'm sitting there, and he walks up and goes, Matt? And I go, yeah. He goes, remember me from Acme? I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I run a coffee company. I'm down here buying coffee. And I'm going, hey. We caught up in like 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, and we got it all done. And I'm like, I got nothing.
This is done.
I go, I'm heading home.
I'm in the airport. Alaska's pretty great because it's basically a small town. And like, so it's pretty rare that I don't like run into somebody I know when I'm in a different place. Like whenever I go to Vegas, I like run into somebody on the strip. Like last time it was Dave Burrows.
No way. Oh yeah, that's right.
Dave Burrows, run into him. Another local comic, and he was kind of drunk, and he had a Mike Tyson tattoo on his face. I couldn't tell if it was real, and I was convinced it was real the whole time, and then I saw him. It wasn't real, but very convincing.
Very funny.
Very convincing.
Like I almost didn't recognize you.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
But it is, I don't know. I feel like I always see people from Alaska wherever I go.
Because they're just so easily recognized.
Easy to
because there's
spot.
only so many of us.
They usually look super overwhelmed, very pale.
Yeah, very pale,
though,
very sweaty.
Having moved up here, though, that's another one of our local pilots flying tourists out to the fish camp.
Doing a flyby of the Near the Wild Ranch.
I hope everyone's going to be okay on that plane. I guess we've had a real rash of bad luck with planes
we haven't,
recently.
because I don't get on planes, but yeah.
That's fair.
They have.
I don't think it's new. We have had a lot of plane crashes recently, but I think we always have a lot of plane crashes.
No, it goes in streaks, and it's kind of like our shootings. They'll say it's not an anomaly; it just happens. Just get over it. But
business as usual.
Yeah.
Just forget about
How about
it.
the guy the other day, and this is the one that just made the news? He crashed on a glacier.
Beautiful.
Well, here's
as
the
if
deal.
the glaciers don't have it hard enough.
Well, and I don't know a lot about the FCC and how all this works, but he didn't report it for a week. I don't know how drunk you have to be to crash into a glacier.
But he just left it?
Yeah, he just didn't think it was that big a deal. He got out of there, and
Burn.
yeah, but then he told him a week later, yeah, I crashed.
Crash.
And they go, we're going to need to test your blood. And he goes, I'm good now.
I'm all good.
I wanted to hear that phone call. It was like, hey, FAA, how are you guys doing? What's new? Yeah, no, really why I'm calling is, there's a bit of a plane crash, so handle that. Thanks guys, see ya.
I'm happy to talk to anybody. I've had a bit of a power nap for the past 4 days. So, I'm all rest and relaxed.
So yeah, and there's another. Look at that. That's a big one.
Yeah, I had no. You know what? We're neighbors now. Happy, good to be here, neighbor.
Where are you?
I'm over on Airport Heights proper.
Wow.
Street. Yeah, right across. I am kitty corner to George Faust.
You won the lotto.
I did, didn't I? He doesn't bother me as much as I thought he would.
Well, you know why the place was open, don't you?
So George, I get to see George just shirtless, more than I get to see him with
George
shirt on.
George will ride by and he pretends he doesn't know I live here every time. Oh my God, is this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm mowing the yard. It's probably where I live. He's a good guy. I like George.
He's fine, but I can't imagine that he actually gets much bike riding done because I feel like he rides his bike until he sees someone outside of their home, and then he'll stop and have a conversation.
Hence why George and I keep mowing.
Yeah.
And then I kind of lift the mower where you do that thing where it's coming at you. Yeah, it's not that. It's his shirt tied around his head that usually creeps people out.
It's a good one.
Even though, for a 98-year-old, he's got a great body.
Swell bod.
So
absolutely.
We are in the Airport Heights, so I think we made the right choice of recording outside in an area called
texture.
Airport Heights.
Yeah. Hence texture.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about the wedding that you went to already?
Did we? I don't know.
I mean, I'm more than happy to keep talking about me, but you've also traveled.
So all about your trip, you did the shows. No problem with lodging.
No, the lodging was fine.
Locals were nice to you?
Yeah, everyone was really good. Everyone was very open about how segregated Chicago is. And so I was on the north side of Chicago, and everyone was very, just almost openly racist. Just going, no, don't go to the south side. Don't go to White Sox territory.
I noticed it's the same way in Philadelphia. They're like, don't go past that street.
No, and I'm going to tell you this, and this is the thing I said, because I came up here to the most diverse city in the world, apparently.
Yeah, Muldoon. Or, Mountain View.
Yeah.
Mountain View, pardon me.
They raise up the rest of the city as far as
we
diversity.
could get George Faust over there. We could get it down to 2 again. But here's the thing is that you go to big cities like in Los Angeles, anywhere, there are areas you don't go in. Remember, I grew up with the Bensonhurst thing where the kid was in Bensonhurst after dark and he got beat up, almost killed. And they said, there's racism. And everybody from Harlem to Bensonhurst in these areas went, he shouldn't have been there after dark. If you're a white kid in Harlem after dark at this time, they go, yeah, you'll get the crap beat out of you. What are you doing here? And my point is they knew it. Yeah. When you put it on a national spotlight, people in Iowa go, yeah, that's bullshit. Well, then you live there, you piece of shit. Don't tell me how to live my life. You go to Philly. Philly's very distinct. There's literally one street between you dying and you living and being a doctor and living well. And then that's complete slum over there.
Yeah.
And they go, well, they don't cross here and we don't cross there. I go, fair enough. Don't take a wrong turn.
That's the way they live. That's how they're getting by. But I'd never, encountered anything like that. First time, alone in a big city, I guess. So
Detroit's like that too.
Did you shirk their advice and go?
No, I didn't have enough time. And that's the only reason.
You just told us you literally did nothing most days. You said you stared off into the distance doing nothing.
I was busy, man. I was busy. I was
Did you Yelp anybody?
I yelled all sorts of people. Yeah, that's how I got that Thai food. That's how, I took a dump in a bagel store, I did stuff. I bought a backpack. I found
travel. It's so good for the soul.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you have to pay taxes on the backpack?
Yeah. I found out I have a problem, where people will say something to me and I won't understand what they say. And so I'll either go, yes or no. I'm like, no, just, let this conversation be done. And so I'm standing in line. I'm standing at the register at Sports Authority. Some guy looks over at me and goes, huh? I go, oh, no. And then I just stand there for another 10 minutes. And then eventually someone goes, do you want to get checked out? I was asking you if you wanted to get checked out. And you said no. You're just standing here like an idiot. I go, shit, just buy the backpack.
Was that Tucker Campbell?
It was. It was. He was working at Sports Authority. I was so proud of him getting a gig. He needed some bus money back home.
Let's do some moonlighting at Sports Authority.
Yeah. Not the greatest story I ever told, however.
Oh, it was great.
It was torn from my own life.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Museum of Contemporary Art.
Oh, how was that?
That was fine. It was art. Very sexual, modern, this contemporary art.
How did it make you feel?
Very, what's anti-horny? I don't know. tucks it back in. There's just like a bunch of 48-year-old women, hello, screaming about their vaginas. It was cool. It was eye-opening. There's penises and stuff.
Huh.
Art.
Are you sure it was the museum or not a coffee shop?
I don't know.
Was it a coffee shop called the Open Manhole?
Yeah, it was an installation inside of like a bathhouse.
Very, very interactive.
Some guy goes, hey, and you're like, hey.
Well, that's how they do in Chicago, right?
It's a windy city. Somebody's blowing.
Brotherly love, man.
Uh-huh.
That's
Philadelphia.
Is that Philadelphia?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of brotherly love in Chicago too, so.
It was fine.
I don't think cities should just have one nickname.
No way.
The last frontier.
Have you ever had Malort, Becker?
No.
That is the Chicago liquor.
Oh, no.
That is.
Did you bring some back?
No, I
Way
didn't.
to think others.
Yeah, I didn't
Selfish.
check any bags.
Burgoon
man.
would've.
Damn it! Damn you, Burgoon.
Comedy Exposition next year, Matt Burgoon.
2016, bring back cases of Malort. But it's a famously disgusting, like, almost clear Jägermeister ripoff. It's like a black licorice liqueur.
Oh, so like a Zambuca.
How do they drink
If
it?
that's what it is. They don't. They just get tourists to do it.
Yeah, so no, you didn't see locals slamming the stuff down. They were just suggesting.
No. The Malort is for people from Alaska who are in Chicago for a couple days. And they're like, oh, you know what you should do? It's like the wasabi pickles over at the Birdhouse.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
It's that kind of thing. It's
So
like,
you-
we know how bad it is, so you should try it.
I have them all the time.
So
I've had them
I love
before.
the wasabi
so
rolls.
how many of these you have?
I had one shot.
Okay.
After a few Jamesons, you
It
know,
got to
had
be
to
my
warm
regular. I'm walking in bars going, give me some Malort.
Malort me up!
Put the bottle on ice. You got table service.
Moving to Chicago! Line up the Malort! Malort for everybody!
I'm gonna hit up all these open mics. I'm gonna start working on my new hour. Trying to open for Kyle Kinane.
How were the open mics?
Good. Everyone is fine. I was really impressed with a lot of the ladies that were at the exposition, and I don't know, it's just like a lot of the white dude experience, I guess. Of like, if I hear one more straight white male talk about his Netflix queue, I'm like, oh, okay.
That's so you're telling me I gotta write all new jokes.
You have to change your closer.
All new joke, John. All new joke.
Need to change my Netflix quay. Woo! They call it a list now. Come on, guys.
Get with it. Upgrade.
But the open mics were good. People were really funny.
Were you intimidated? going to do comedy?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like the first show was in this place called Shubis, and I was upstairs, and there was this just beautiful room that looked like a home office for like a madman or something like that. Not like a crazy person, but like wood finishing and nice lamps, and
like the show Mad Men.
Yeah, like the show Mad Men. That's what I was trying to say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it sounded like you said a madman.
I know,
like
I didn't
crazy
express
guy.
it very well. It's just, I shouldn't talk. What am I doing?
No.
So like a maniac living in this house.
A maniac had all this beautiful wood.
So kind of Art Deco-y, kind of really fancy.
Yeah, and
you're wearing a backpack and some pants.
I got some. No, I don't have the backpack yet.
Do you have
was,
pants?
That was second.
So
day.
now you're just carrying your stuff loose.
I am in my pockets, and that's why I had to
Now
get
it looks
the
like you got
backpack.
those like lion tamer jeans on. Like
I like if you just walking up on stage with like everything you brought with you to Chicago in your arms. Just like, hey guys,
toothbrush in your pocket.
can I get a stool to put this stuff on?
Alaska is the most beautiful prison. This art's so contemporary. Whip out your penis. It's super intimidating, especially because I psyched myself out a little bit looking at everyone's bios like on the website, and it's like, well, they write it themselves. It's not like they're going to be humble on those things, but this person is open for Kyle Kinane, this person's been just for laughs, and all this other stuff.
Whenever I have to write a bio for myself, I'm like, it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable for me to be like bragging about myself, which is, I guess, what a bio is supposed to be for these things. But I always write like really like dumb stuff, and I basically just like talk shit about myself. And then whenever Stephanie, my girlfriend, reads them, she just shakes her head and is like, "What is wrong with you?"
That's a thing I had to like not grow out of, but I have to be conscious of. Like, okay, just take this seriously. Let's just write this thing, and then I'll just like tag it with a dumb little joke. I just so for the comedy exposition bio,
Give us the whole bio.
I was currently in a very rocky relationship with my girlfriend, and now I just submitted to Village Beast in Des Moines, Iowa, and so that ends with I'm currently living with my ex-girlfriend and things are tense. So it's good. I gotta end it with a joke.
You can really track the whole relationship through your bios you submit to comedy festivals.
I like to give a little piece of myself to the website.
You're working, you're trying to make your own Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
And so after that first show, how did you feel?
The first show was okay. I was pretty nervous. Things weren't as tight as possible, but the entire time I was like, all right, you're here because they want you here. You deserve this. You're going to be just fine. You're funny enough for it. I know this sounds terrible.
You're going to go, you have a good cry in the bathroom?
Oh, because I accomplished it. I had a good show. People enjoyed it. And so from there on out, it was real easy. I felt as comfortable on stage as I ever have. And I think that sometime, at least at this position where I am now, it's like being comfortable on stage is almost as important as having good jokes. Almost. But, as long as you don't look tense up there or that you're about to shit yourself, then you can have a pretty good set.
No, and that's how and I will say that's how good and mediocre comics stay around. Is some people are so comfortable on stage. They're amazing to just watch. And a couple of them in the old days, we used to go, okay, say one joke you did. Cause he was like in the middle. And you go, I go, you can't name one joke, but you thought he was great. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But literally had no content. He literally was like, hey, what's up with fruit cups? And you're like, hey, that's great, but tell me the fruit cup joke. And you go, fuck, I don't remember. I remember he said fruit cups.
They had like some cherries in it.
Do you realize the point at which he starts at? He starts at the point where he's so interesting to begin with. The old phone book thing. He could read the phone book. But then the next step is he's lived on that. So he's never really written any jokes that follow up to it.
Yeah.
And you go, you could be amazing, but you've literally worked out. It's like being good looking. You're going, hey, people do shit for me. That's great. And then they get older and you're like, wow, you're really not good looking anymore. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's the thing. That's where the difference between comfortable and jokes. I mean, it's a deadly duo.
So you're saying I shouldn't write jokes then is what I'm doing fine the way I am, just coasting?
Yeah, I think.
You are so confident up on stage. You are a panther.
Yeah.
I
could see you submitting to a comedy festival.
Just a bright light of personality. I'm going to submit to all the ones you do. And
that's it. You guys got to have it.
One of my things is like, I'd love to do your festival. The only thing is you cannot have Matt Collins at this festival.
Or ever.
Ever. He's never allowed in Iowa.
I'm going to submit for you guys. I'm going to put you in the Hispanic Comedy Jam. The ladies of Layton Comedy.
There you go, Chocolate Sundays with Matt and John.
Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. You got in.
Oh,
perfect.
Who am I staying with?
Well, here's the deal. You made the Biloxi Comedy Festival, but it's on the other side of the town, and you shouldn't go there.
You shouldn't go there. Don't cross that line.
Your 5 minutes will, it'll be
you have to stand on the other side of the line and yell your jokes at the bar.
And so things went really smoothly after that, and it felt good.
How was the timing part? Were they really pretty good on keeping the show running?
Yeah, it's a weird thing where I'm not exactly sure how much material I have because everyone was about 7 minutes, and then the headliner did 15. You know, so I feel like nowadays I can probably do 20 minutes. 5 years at this thing, and you're just chipping
20.
away. Yeah. Stretch at 20.
So in about 10 more years, you're going to have a solid 45 minutes?
45 minutes, right? 10 years total, and then you get an hour. It's amazing, how slow this process works, especially when I look back to when I first started, which is just 5 years ago. I was like, oh, I've got, 10 minutes right now.
Bam!
No problem. Right out the gate.
Yeah.
I can do 20, I can't. I once did 40 on stage, at this place where no one was, but I just can imagine how atrocious that was.
Right.
I did 45 minutes, just a couple weeks ago? Quentin's last show at the Snow Goose.
You did 45 minutes?
Yeah, because none of the other comics showed up that were supposed to go up, and they were just like, Quentin can't go on yet, keep going! So I just, kept going, really bombed for 45 minutes in front of, Quentin's family. In front of, his mom and his,
Why did you just hit pause?
I don't know. What else would I do? So I just kept going.
We got a raffle. Hang on, there's a raffle.
There's a raffle
your
coming up.
tickets.
It was just literally me reading stuff off Twitter for a long time. It's a great show.
Good show.
Yeah.
Well, so it was a great experience, and so that's what my goal was. Like I set a goal for myself for the summer, to be like, okay, I'm going to submit to comedy festivals, even though I realize 100% I'm not going to get discovered. I'm not going to get paid for this.
Right.
There's no actual benefit.
The experience.
It's the experience. And so I decided that, I will just consider this a vacation to go do what I love. And then I'm going to hopefully try to continue that for a while.
No, but it gave you that extra perk now. Now you go, I get it.
Yeah.
You can hold your own.
Yeah.
I mean, if you went down there and bombed horribly only because of poor content and not like venue or anything else, you come away then, and then you got your crux. But you go, I did great, and they liked me, and that's it. And then you realize, you guys in Alaska, you've gotten very good. And the thing is it's like when I play poker, I've got really good at it, and I forget when I go outside how bad they are. There's some like you go to LA, they're horrible.
Or how it's the same kind of poker player over and over again. Like what I like about Alaska, I came back realizing that everyone here is different. Everyone has a different kind of joke that they start out with. And, in a lot of other places, the I look like blank joke is really popular. And so if you watch 8 comics in a row and every single one of them says they look like something, you're like, oh shit, that is, like, it's really obvious if you see it in a bucket.
Do you think it's because we have a pretty small scene and we all know each other really well? So we all are trying to do different things than other people, and we are maybe trying to impress each other, because a lot of times we're doing shows in front of just the other comics.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah, I think the 13 or how many other, and if there's just 13 of you, then every single person's going to be a different kind of personality.
But I like the way you guys have pushed each other to actually write new stuff all the time, because what happens in a lot of cities, I mean, we saw that like in Arizona, was the attrition was the people that came back for years with the same exact act. And you're like, I get it. But, you've got to build. You've got to find new stuff. I mean, we remember a guy, once they started getting rid of food, airline food, we were laughing because we go, what's that guy going to do? Yeah. He had 20 minutes on airline food. They got rid of the food. He's got no act. Hey, don't you hate paying $6 for styrofoam? He paid for it. Don't buy it then, jackass.
Did he keep doing those jokes? He should.
No, that's what we wondered. We wondered, is he somewhere where they still serve food? I have to go to Virgin Airlines. The last ones to give you food.
Well,
so you guys want to pay for my next trip? I mean, I don't want to start a Kickstarter. People have said that I should, but I don't see any benefit to anybody.
No, and I think
for me to go to a.
It looks desperate.
It does,
and I say there's other tricks to it. I think we could do
bake sale. You're right.
Bake sale. Maybe a pot brownie sale. Mm-hmm. Maybe just get rid of the brownie. Just sell pot.
Well, that's a whole other job. Though. Then I'm just
we have gluten-free pot brownies.
Then I'm just picking up another job.
Well, I guess you could just work at Best Buy. You get a part-time job at Best Buy to pay for your plane tickets.
No way, man.
Yeah, here's the deal. It's $10 for a ticket to the show, and we give you a bag of pot.
You want a bag?
I think I just came up with a new cannabis club.
That's a pretty awesome idea for selling tickets to a show.
Yeah, $25 tickets.
You get free weed.
Well, it's not free. Free with purchase.
We're gifting it to people who buy tickets.
Once you get behind this door, you get free weed. Oh, okay.
Can't smoke it here.
I can't imagine the state would allow this.
A lot of people buying 4 or 5 tickets.
Oh yeah. Hey, I have 4 tickets, but 3 of them didn't show up. Can you just put all one bag?
No problem, sir.
Dude, I love your comedy, man. Oh, hey, the show's just about to start. I'm out.
I
gotta go, actually.
All right, from now on, we give out the weed at the end of the show, okay? Starting to look a little creepy.
You didn't laugh hard enough. You don't get it.
The entire show, everybody's just looking around.
Parking lot clears.
Everybody's just looking around. Where are they giving away the weed? What the? Oh, my God. That would be the... Man, we're going to start selling out shows. I like that.
Yeah, don't ruin the promise. Actually, put acid on the ticket.
Oh, that's smart.
The ticket, you tear it in half, you get the other half is extra acid.
I don't know. Some of us are pretty
So it's
frightening.
done.
I don't think anyone needs to look at us on acid.
Oh, no, it's like that Google thing. That Google thing where it makes it
Oh, sure. Yeah,
dream.
the deep dream.
Deep dream, yeah.
Who was your
Turns
favorite
out-
comic? It
Turns
was
out you can do that without Google.
your favorite.
Yeah, that's what I found out.
Everyone was like, yeah, my favorite comic was the that centaur that just yelled in my face, just spit rainbows in my eyes.
Unbelievable.
I really like that crab tampon. Freaking crazy. That was another thing about Chicago. Everyone was really good looking. Like, all the comics were very handsome, and all their girls looked like Daria.
Is that why they let you in? Handsome face?
Yep, that was it.
Just handsome face.
This moneymaker right here.
That's why Burgoon didn't get in.
Yeah.
No way.
He had
Not
the,
that milk face.
You know what
freak.
he had the look of Wisconsin all over him. That's it. They're like, no, sorry there, dairy farmer.
This is
We're
this is
not,
a very cosmopolitan
We're all
comedy
stocked
festival.
up. Get your thyroid checked.
How else am I going to make money? How do I make more money to do more comedy festivals?
No, okay. Yeah, but we'll figure it out.
How do I make more money to pay my bills?
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm following my dreams.
Yeah. He tries to figure out a way to leave town. You're trying to figure out we're going to stay here.
Just trying to pay for housing. We'll figure it out. We'll
Does it bother you at all that we just came up with that new program? We're going to take the downtown inebriates and we found housing now for them. And they're allowed to drink socially, I guess. My point is if you're struggling to hang on to your place currently, you go, what the fuck? I don't drink enough to get a free apartment?
It doesn't bother me. I'm more disturbed whenever I just see homeless people just like passed out on the sidewalk. I'm like, can't we just hide them somewhere?
See, we could make it illegal.
But then we're
They
just
do
putting
that
them
in
in jail.
cities. What?
Then we're just put them in jail where they
No,
already
basically
are.
you can put them in a work camp.
Oh.
They still have work
Have you
camps?
They do. If you get arrested and you can't pay your bill, then they put you in you would do things like road work, cutting weeds along the road and stuff.
But those are
And
some of
you
the best
actually-
paying jobs in Alaska.
Well, not with these guys. Maybe like one of the lowest paying. But yeah, they're already in the ditch. So just give them a sickle. That's what I'm telling you.
That's what we need.
When you get up there, poop.
A guy blacked out with a sickle.
I don't want the guy who comes and taps my window in the Barnes & Noble parking lot asking me for money to have a sickle.
He's not going to be in the Barnes and Noble parking lot anymore. That's the whole point of the story. He's in Palmer now. He's working the fireworks stand.
I've seen Cool Hand Luke. They escape from work camps all the time.
Yeah, but not 3 times.
Can we make him eat eggs? That'd be fun.
No man can eat 50 eggs. But we ain't got 50 eggs.
Cool hand.
You know how many few people know that though? And this is the attrition of the young is Cool Hand Luke references. 80% now don't have a reference to it with the eggs in the bar. The number one thing they say now when they come to the birdhouse, see eggs in the bar, they go, what are those? I go, they're eggs. And they go, what do people do with them? I go, they eat them. I go, they've been eating them for 3 million years. You're the only egg they didn't eat. Mm-hmm. And, they just can't believe it. They're like, people eat that? I go, yeah. Everything you eat now, do you pull open? Is it all processed so bad that you didn't know an egg was edible?
Like this airline food, these peanuts, what's going on here? Ah, all these kids with allergies.
Yeah, you can't have peanuts. My kid has allergies.
You're not allowed to have peanuts in a bar anymore. Someone could die.
So we have popcorn.
I think we did it. I think we podcasted. Anything else?
Did you have fun at the wedding?
I had a lot of fun at the wedding.
Great. That's all we need to know.
There's some pictures of me having fun at the wedding. I haven't shown them to you.
Did you read the paper yesterday?
No.
Yeah.
It's on the paper.
That's it.
Read the paper? Huh? You still getting the Chicago trip? Is that the problem?
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm
Still getting your out-of-state paper?
Go Cubs!
Got to keep up with Chicago, even though I'm not there.
No one misses me. No one remembers me.
Did you, I'm going to ask if you went to this place, but I know you didn't. Did you go to the Billy Goat Tavern?
Nope.
You got to go back to Chicago. You missed out.
I want to go back to Chicago. Hopefully they'll
all
have me
around
back.
Wrigley Field is fun. That's where I spent my youth. We would drive in Chicago, go to the Cubs game, and then we'd get overserved at places we weren't old enough to drink at.
Nice.
But it was normal then. That's how you learned how to drink. And then by 18, you knew what you were doing.
Well, these kids nowadays, they don't know how to drink. Just a bunch of PBRs.
And always remember, eat the hot dogs. They're greasy, they're gross. This thing, you go, yeah, you eat a hot dog. It's the greatest drinking food ever.
Always eat the
You
hot
get
dog.
sick later, you know when you're done. That looks like hot dog.
Just throw up a
I'm
whole
out.
hot dog.
Well done.
Yeah.
Puke and rally.
But yeah, no, we had a big story yesterday in the paper.
Oh, that
Yeah,
story.
that a bear actually snuck into the Alaska Zoo. And I had to send it to Matt Kirshen because I took him to the zoo and we were laughing about it. He goes, do they ever escape? And I go, and for British people, they don't understand cages at all. But the thing is, I said, no, but a bear climbed into the zoo, basically. So we had a wild bear in the zoo. So what did the zoo do? They panicked. They evacuated everyone outside, which killed me because they only had one wild bear inside the zoo. But obviously all the other wild bears are outside. They made you go out. I'm like, I'm staying in.
Yeah.
You get that. Go tranquilize that fucker. I'm outside. You just threw me into a parking lot where you said there's wild bears.
Where all the bears are.
I thought it was
the bear come from? Yeah.
I'm going to take my chances with these two
I'm
bears.
good.
I don't know how many bears are
I
out
can
there.
start opening the smaller animal cages and that bear will be fine.
It's safe. That bear actually, it was a really elaborate break-in. It actually had a hang glider, and just when it got over the zoo, it dropped down.
Yeah.
It wasn't just crawling over a fence. It planned this out. It wanted in.
It had a plan. It had like a rainbow wig and a John 3:16 sign.
It just caused you to question everything, though. The idea that the zoo is safe, that, nobody can break in the zoo. I go, a bear got in the zoo.
It's the best zoo in the world. The animals are breaking in to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
But we should close that zoo, right? Like, it is pretty sad.
Well, it's not sad. They've actually done a decent job. We should just get, simulated. They have robotic
There
animals.
we go. Put a robotic owl in there.
No, I mean, it makes no difference. I mean, the otter that's a robot will sit and pose for pictures all day. Mm-hmm. I know that from, like, remember the old Chuck E. Cheese things.
Oh, hell
the band
yeah.
would never be uptight with you.
I like the zoo. If I don't think about it too much. Because I think they take care of the animals. They do a good job.
Well, have you
I've
been
gotten,
to-
like, backstage tours, and they're alright.
Have you been to the Wildlife Center, though?
No, I haven't.
And then my argument is whenever I get a tourist, they go, we're going to the Wildlife Center. Because there, they put that big meshing, and it's much spread out, and all the wild animals are out there, and they look like they're in the wild. There's mountains behind it. And you can stick your camera through the open hole in the fence and take a picture, and it looks like you're literally taking a picture of a yak on an open prairie in Alaska. Mm-hmm. I mean, the pictures I've gotten from there, I've had people go, is that fucking real? I mean, I go, yeah, it was at the Wildlife Center, and Ggreg and Tracy are the ones who officially found it, and we started going down on a regular basis.
And the Wildlife Center is all, they're like rehabilitating animals, right?
Right. But they have eagles, they have everything there, and you can get a picture, and it looks like it's like you're going, were you that close to a bear? I go, I really was, but he was 2 fences in, but I could get a picture. The problem with the zoo is now they put double plexiglass, like there's somehow a drive-through attendant in Mountain View, and it's double plexiglass, so you try to take a picture, you can't, it clearly looks like you're taking a picture through glass.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
Right.
They used to be a lot more carefree, but then a polar bear
I know.
ate somebody's leg.
Right, by a kid getting in the cage and got attacked. He didn't get attacked.
That video, they
outside
just
the
released
cage.
that video. ADN just posted that video too, so you can
Really?
go watch Binky eat some leg.
Classic Binky. Is it the Australian lady?
No,
Was
it's
it
a
that from
kid.
there? Oh, it was the
He
kid.
got nutted, too.
Oh, the drunk one. The
Yeah.
drunk guy that
Yeah.
got in
It
there
took
and
his
wanted to
nuts off.
swim. Well,
Yeah.
he wanted to swim with a fucking polar bear.
He did.
That's his
He
dream.
did. Congratulations. It cost
His
him
bucket list.
a nut and a ball. But,
Yeah.
whatever.
But yeah, so that's the thing is you take these, but the Wildlife Center is more amazing because they said it's almost like the zoo problem. I think the Wildlife Center started with just one animal, and then as shit came wandering in, they just put another fence up.
built a fence.
They just kept fencing. They're going to put a fence up.
Incident.
Support your local wildlife refuge.
Yes, they're doing good. Otherwise, you'll have nothing to hunt.
Drink Malort.
Malort! This podcast brought to you by Malort! It's for people not from Chicago.
Malort's gonna send us a case for that, and we're never gonna drink it.
Yeah, it'll take a few years.
All right. Well, I think we did it. I feel like we hit everything. Matt Collins, up and coming comedy star in the
Yes,
Chicago
and
area.
We'll stay in touch for your next comedy festival. Where are you playing next?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
And then if that doesn't work out,
Yeah, this is more than one college here, kid.
yeah.
You can't just put all your money on Slipknot.
No, and then, yeah, right? Slipknot forever! What are you talking about? And then there's, I'm gonna start something to Crom, in, where is that? Like Denver, Hell Yes Fest in, New Orleans. That's
Oh,
something I
that'd
really
be a
want
fun
to do.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Really want to get back to
You
New
get in
Orleans.
that, I might. Hey, if you get in the New Orleans one, I might just.
Come with me, please.
I might just Tucker Campbell you.
to come.
I'll wait. I'll look. I go, has anybody taken out the backpack? And they go, he's right over there. I'll be like,
He's standing
hey!
down. Ah!
Yeah. No, New Orleans is
I'll
fun.
totally be there for you. I'll
Yeah.
totally show up.
And, yeah, that would be fun.
Orlando.
When is that? When is that?
That's next summer. So
Okay.
I'll have some time
Okay.
to save some money and plan for next
Good,
summer.
yeah.
So, if you live in one of those areas, make sure you write some letters to your local, comedy planners. We're gonna campaign for Matt Collins.
Please, yeah.
And then also send him some money in an envelope.
That'd be a great
Yeah,
catch.
well, you know what? We're going to come up with a way to raise money. And the other thing is we still have yet to do we have to do two comedy, charity things.
We have to do 2 of them?
We have to do two. We have to do them for,
Fuck it, let's do 3 because we're those kind of guys. We're nice guys.
two guys. One guy has a tumor.
Oh, Andy Ritchie?
Andy Ritchie,
Yeah.
He was up here. I got a picture of him holding up a big PBR in Girdwood.
I remember him. He's a really nice guy.
he's
We
a
went and
very
saw a
nice guy.
movie together.
Yep. So
I would
we're
love to
gonna do
raise some
him.
money for him.
And also, out of Denver, the former, contributor to Modern Drunkard, we need to do a
Oh,
here.
moderndrunkard.com. I love that.
Yeah. He was one of the,
I love that website.
yeah.
So, we're gonna raise money for people who have actual problems and Matt Collins.
I-
And
You
Matt
don't need to
Collins.
give
And
me
then
any
meanwhile,
money.
John is going to just scrape by
It's great, but barely.
until he drinks enough to get free housing from the mayor.
I'm gonna go fall asleep on the pavement and see if anybody gets me an apartment. Matt Collins, plug your Twitter, plug your Facebook. How do we find you?
How do you
At-
find Matt Collins?
At I'm Mattman, and so what are you
I
talking
can't believe
about?
nobody took that yet.
No, I know. Lucky me, right?
Me no funny now. Wow. Is he Korean? He's in the Korean festival.
What? That is, it's not like at haha Matt AK. There's other Matt Collins comedians.
Are they really?
And, yeah.
I
I think they're only slightly more famous than I am. One of them is like a Down Dirty South like comic.
Wow.
It's
I
pretty
could
great.
see you doing that.
Yeah. One's a British dude.
Banjo.
And then there's another Matt Collins that's in the Rockabilly Hall of Fame. He was
Really?
a Swedish rockabilly dude, and he did like Blues Feds shoes.
Is his name like Masu?
Matt
Masu
Collins. Matt Collins.
Well, one of my life goals is to make my Google search results for John Norris. I just got to get above the John Norris from MTV News. It's gonna be tough. He's
Get in
pretty
some
famous.
festivals, buddy.
I do need to get his
some
festivals.
buzz.
Yeah.
It's all about search
Hey,
engine
Bill Cosby was
optimization.
famous too, okay? You know what? I think with all the bad press Bill Cosby's gotten recently, I mean, you read it and it's just overwhelming, and especially the transcripts.
Sure.
I don't think he's ever gonna rape again. I think he might do comedy, but his rape career is over. Shut it down.
Not with
He lost
Cialis
his rape.
on the case.
I heard his rape manager quit.
No way. He's gonna spike her drink and then spike his drink with a Viagra. Everything's gonna be just fine.
He's gonna have to retire. Maybe get a job as a bartender somewhere.
Hard times. Hard times. He's gonna have
Would you
to-
like some Malort? Some solid cause.
the face of the
That is a solid Cosby. You guys can't see it, but he slipped into a Cosby sweater and he like disappeared into the character.
I am how you say Bill Cosby.
That's some of that Chicago improv rubbing off on him.
In my country, girl fucked you.
Oh my god. Well, we didn't get rained on. Let's wrap it up while we can.
Let's not teeter God.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Near the Wild. I'm John Norris.
I'm Matt Becker in the backyard.
Matt Collins at I'm Mattman. It's a great handle.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Matt Becker's backyard bus. Engineered by me, Ggreg Chaille.
Best sounding podcast ever, Ggreg
All right, there you
Chaille.
go.